let's get to what will be the big event this afternoon. That is US President Donald Trump addressing the economy, tariffs, foreign policy at this year's State of the Union address. Some Democrats say they're going to boycott the speech, instead participating in a counter-program at the National Mall. Joining me live now is Democrat lobbyist Nathan Daschle. We have been threatened with a 3-hour speech, Nathan Daschle. What could Donald Trump possibly cover in that time?
Well, he has a lot to cover. Donald Trump, as you know, is really hurting in the polls right now. His approval rating is now negative 22%. He's about where Joe Biden was at this same point in his presidency, which is certainly not a compliment. But Donald Trump, so you mentioned the length of the speech for which we should be prepared. Of the top 5 longest State of the Union speeches, Donald Trump has 3 of them. So I would encourage everyone to get comfortable because we're in for a long ride. But what he will cover, he needs to reset. That's what he's going to try to accomplish in the speech today, is to reset. He's going to talk about the economy. He's going to talk about tariffs. And then he's going to talk about America's 250th birthday, which is coming up. That is going to be a big opportunity for President Trump to kind of celebrate America, which is, of course, core to his brand. So I expect him to spend a lot of time with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, he would know that his approval rating is down. He is looking at the stock market, obviously, and liking what he sees there. So he has a few good things to talk about, and I expect him to, push up the good and downplay the bad, as every president would do in his position. The Democrats, by boycotting this, what do you think that achieves?
Nothing. I think it achieves absolutely nothing. I'm a Democrat, and I don't support these sorts of games. I think the Democrats should show up for the speech. It's the president, whether you like him or don't like him. It doesn't matter. I think the Democrats and Republicans have a duty as citizens and as lawmakers to participate in events like the State of the Union. So I don't think that the Democrat boycott achieves much. If anything, it panders to the left base a little bit. The base is itching for a fight, and they see things like this as amounting to a fight. But as a citizen, I don't think that lawmakers should be boycotting the speech. I think we should all just respect the opportunity and respect the importance of the fact that the State of the Union, regardless of how you feel about the president.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, but obviously not all Democrats feel the same. I find it interesting in the lead up to midterms, and we are still a way away from the next presidential election. There is not a front runner that has emerged to be the Democratic candidate. I think Kamala Harris was still at the top of the last poll that I saw. There's a couple of Democrats that are certainly making traction out of, I think, Texas it is. Is it James Tallarico? Is that a mistake or by design? Is it too early for any candidate to come out and be the obvious one ahead of a presidential election because it gives your opponents just too much time to frame you?
Yes, I would say 2 things. Number one, even if somebody wanted to be a front runner, it's very difficult to get the national platform that one would want to become the front runner to take on the president. There's so many Democrats who want to run in 2028. No one has a platform as substantial as the president's, so nobody can really compete with him one-to-one. But to your point, strategically, I don't think it's in anyone's interest right now to come out as a front runner. The front runner 2.5 years out almost never becomes the nominee because voters are fickle and they change their minds. And whoever is hot and sexy one moment won't be the next. So
yeah, I'm trying to
think,
Nathan. I mean, who's a really good example of that? Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe Ted Cruz is a good example of that. People got to look at him too early. But can you think of any examples on the Democrat side as well?
Of people, well, I can count examples of Democrats who started out strong and then
Yeah,
didn't end up the nominee. But a great example is Jeb Bush in 2016.
exactly. That's a good
Jeb Bush
example.
was supposed to be the nominee, and he had all the institutional support, but he dropped out. I don't know, maybe in 3 seconds after Donald Trump got in the race. I mean, he did not last long at all.
He
And
had all the
Donald Trump
money
was the
behind
insurgent.
him,
And
but as soon as he opened his mouth, people didn't like
absolutely.
what he had to say. I guess Ron DeSantis we can have in that category as well. On the Democrat side, look, none come to mind at the moment, but you might be better at me than that. Gavin Newsom, I mean, he's certainly trying to build his profile too, in a Trump style, I would say.
Yeah, yes. Newsom, it's interesting that, there are a handful of very serious candidates out there, and they're taking different tacks. Governor Newsom is, as you say, he's trying to fight fire with fire, and he's trying to have a Trump character to his ability to fight Trump. He's trolling Trump, um, and I think he gets mixed reactions. On the one hand, he is the one Democrat who's really fighting Trump day to day, and that's to his advantage. On the other hand, he is doing the things that most Democrats just despised about Trump.
Sure.
And I don't know how well that's going to play in the long term.
Yeah.
Um, and Gavin Newsom's from California, and I think it's going to be really tough for our country to elect someone from California to be president.
too.
And it's nothing about Newsom himself. It's just the bias that I think we have against California.
Yeah, it's an experiment, that's for sure. Fighting fire with fire. Always good to talk to you, Nathan. Thanks so much.